Today, I'm going to take you down the trails of the Ross Coastal Plain Marsh Preserve. This place is in Covert, Michigan, which is just 15 minutes south of South Haven. Today, I am hiking with my high school friend Christy, and so you'll see her throughout the video. This very first part, apparently they have recently received large amounts of rainfall, and so they're actually putting in this bridge right here. I think they've been trying to get that installed for some time now, so I wanted to update the All Trails community and let them know that is done. This is June 2nd is today's date, so the wildflowers are in full bloom. I got a couple of really great photos. So you should know that this is a marsh preserve, so there are lots of mosquitoes. Make sure you bring your bug spray. But the trail itself is nice because it's quite easy to follow. Especially in this beginning section here, it's really well defined. There are tons of trees, lots of birds. As you can see, the woodpecker has gotten a hold of this tree right here. And using my new Merlin Bird ID app, I was able to identify some birds later in the video, which I'll show you. These wildflowers here are beautiful. I'm not quite sure what they are. I don't see them that often, but really pretty on video. I'm recording with my Sony Handycam today. It's the FDR AX43, which records in 4K, and this thing is really great. So we didn't do the entire trail. I'll show you the map here in a little bit. And the trail, it's a loop trail, but there is like a middle section that we decided not to do. So I'll show you what that's about here in just a second. So as we come up to the intersection here, I'll show you which way we did go and which way we didn't go. I say we hang a right. As you can see, we decided to hang a right at this intersection right here. We did not do the middle part there. So we hiked 4.26 miles, whereas the full trail would be 5.35 miles. So you might want to plan out your route before you go. But as you can see, beautiful pine trees. And here are some birds I was able to identify. Yeah, this section here, we're kind of coming up to where the pond is at. And so like I said, the mosquitoes are bad, but the trees are beautiful. Check it out. And the woodpecker has gotten a hold of this tree as well. This trail, as I mentioned, is easy to follow, but there is one section that's just a little bit tricky that's coming up right here. There used to be a house here, I believe, because there's the foundation and the chimney still stands there today. This is right at the pond area, and when you come up to the pond area, you just kind of need to keep going straight, just kind of go around this house, and you'll be able to pick up the trail quite easily. But this pond is just beautiful, especially when the sun is shining on it. Lots of ferns. And there is actually a section of trail that they closed down a while back. I think they said it's unsafe trail conditions. I think a tornado actually came through and knocked down a whole line of trees. Yeah, this pond is probably one of my favorite features. It's right at the very end of the trail. So here's the trail that they've kind of closed off temporarily until they get it back in working order. Here's my friend Christy. She's wiping the mosquitoes off of her, and she's got something funny to say here in a second in regards to the requirements for her boyfriends.
You have to have teeth. And there's just different things.
Wait, so your boyfriend does have to have teeth?
Yeah.
I just love that I caught that on video. She requires that her boyfriends have teeth. But this trail, they do a great job of trail maintenance. It looks like they get a lot of downed trees. So that's kind of nice. And I'm using the All Trails app today. It worked great for me. I almost never have any problems with the All Trails app. So I would highly recommend downloading that if you haven't already. So this section through here gets kind of close to the highway, so you will get just a little bit of road noise, but it isn't unbearable. It's just not typical for a nature preserve to have a highway so close by.
That's the first thing I say to people that talk about their dogs.
Christy was convinced that we did not get bitten by any mosquitoes, but I woke up this morning with, I don't know, 5 or 6 mosquito bites. You can see it's just a little bit of low-lying areas. Here's some more trail maintenance that they have done. But yeah, there's actually another small pond over on this side here, which is awesome for bird watching and that kind of stuff. And then I identified some more birds here in just a second. That Merlin bird app really is amazing. Even though it sounds like just one bird is singing, often it'll pick up 2 or 3 or 4 different birds. So I actually imported my audio to the app in order to identify those birds, but it works just as well if you're out in the wilderness and hit the record button within the app. But here we are headed back to the car, this well-defined area. There are no restrooms and there's not a ton of parking. You should be aware of that. But we got back to the car and I had this little baby caterpillar on my backpack, so of course I had to capture a video of that. This little guy couldn't figure out what was going on. He must have jumped down on me through one of the trees, I'm assuming.
That felt good.
But that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching the Nash Potatoes Outdoor Show. I'm having a really good time exploring these trails near South Haven, Michigan. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We will see you next time.